Okay, we're in exercise 69 now, and you've gone through 68 exercises already, and you're at 69. And 69 is word problems, all right? So there's going to be word problems to solve, and I'll be doing one at a time. And certainly, if you're watching the video, you probably need help with number one. Now, if you're watching a video and you don't need help with number one, you shouldn't be watching the video. You solved the problem, you looked at my blue area, you got the answers, and you're feeling comfortable about it. All right. But if you're not feeling comfortable about it, maybe watching the video is going to be helpful. So what I'm going to do is, I want to make sure you have a chance to at least read number one, have a chance to try number one, have a chance to look at my work. And then again, if you need help, you're going to have to watch the video. So I'm going to say I'm done looking at number one. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to whiteboard now. And I'm going to try to do number one. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that. And I'm going to do, this is number one now. Write it down for you. And I got to read the problem again, right? So someone says, what are you doing? Reading. I'm reading problem number one. I'm going to say the product of the sum of two numbers, blah, 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 blah. They do give them names, by the way. And the names they're giving these numbers are, there's a small number and a large number. And they're looking for those numbers when I read the problem. So I'm going to say x equals a small number. This is traditional. We use x and y. And again, you might want to use different letters, but I kind of like x and y. And y would be the large number. And my goal is to find these numbers. Now, to find these numbers, I have to follow what they said about these numbers. And what did they say? They said the product of the sum of those two numbers. Well, the sum of those two numbers is just simply x plus y. And if it's a product, there's going to be another factor in that product. So it says the product of the sum of the two numbers and the smaller number. Well, the smaller number is x, and they say the product is equal to 21. Then they go on to say, and the product of their difference, well, the difference would be y minus x. That's the larger number minus smaller number. And again, I'll read it to you. And the product of their difference by the greater, well, what's the greater? The greater is y. That's the greater number. And they said it's equal to 4. Now, granted, some students look at this and say, well, I'm going to start guessing at the answers. And I'm not saying you can't do it, but I think it might be a little complicated to start guessing, and you may not get the right answers, all right? So what I want to do is I want to solve this. And again, if you're at exercise 69 now, what you're looking at is a system of nonlinear equations and two unknowns. And I'm going to try to use substitution. So I'm going to take the second equation, which is y minus x times y equal to 4. I'm going to try to solve that for x. Again, you could solve stuff for y. You got to make a decision, but I think I can solve this thing for x, right? Again, if it's a dead end, I'll back out. I'll try something different. So I'm going to try to solve for x. What are you going to get? Y minus x equals 4 over y. That's pretty simple. I divide both sides by y. And then I would subtract 4 over y from both sides and add x to both sides. And then I would do over here is I'd substitute this, which is x, which is also y minus 4 over y, into the first equation. And I'm hoping I'm getting something relatively simple. So what would you get? Well, x is going to be y minus 4 over y plus y. And what's x? It's y minus 4 over y. And what's that equal to? 21. All right? I'm going to keep moving forward. And let's put this down. And I got to get a common denominator, but before I do that, I got to simplify. So it's going to be 2y minus 4 over y minus 4 over y equals 21. I got a common denominator, which would be y. That's not so bad. And you're going to get 2y squared minus 4. And over here, you're going to get y squared minus 4 over y equals 21. I'm going to multiply both sides by the LCD, which is y squared. And what do you get? 2y squared minus 4. Y squared minus 4 equals 21 y squared. Again, you may look at it and say, I don't think this is going to lead anywhere. I'm not saying it will. All I'm saying is I need to move forward. If moving forward results in a dead end, I will clearly erase this and try something else, all right? There's many things I could try. As you know, in the past, we have a variety of techniques. So let's write this down now. I'm going to expand it. And what do you get? 2y4. Let's see, you would get minus 8y squared minus 4y squared plus 16 is equal to 21y squared. Well, I'm looking at this thing, and it looks like it might, if I use the zero product rule, it might be factorable. So what do you put that? You get 2y4. Let's see, that would be 8 and 4 is 12 and 21. That's 33, right? 33y squared plus 16 equals 0. Well, you know what? Even if I can't factor this, I could make a substitution and use the quadratic formula. But that looks too complicated to me, so I'm going to try to factor it. All right, I'm going to try to factor it. What do you get? 2y squared, 0. And I'm going to say 16 and 1. And then I'm going to say minus. And let's see if that works. You get 2y4. That works beautifully. Minus 32y squared minus 1y squared is minus 33y squared. And you do get plus 16 in the end. So I got success. So I got an answer over here. What's the answer going to be? Well, the answer to the second factor would be plus or minus 4. And why is that? If you plug in either 4 or minus 4, that factor becomes 0. And this guy over here, also relatively simple. It's going to be plus or minus 1 over the root of 2. So I have 4 separate answers. All right. Now the question is, what was their question? Well, I don't know if this is the answer to their question, and you may have to reread the question. But before I do that, though, I think I know what x is. And x is y minus 4 over y. Well, let me do this one first. And there's going to be a couple of answers here. One is where y is 4. Well, I think I can do that. And if I looked at it, what would I get? If y is 4, right? And again, I'm looking at this over here. What would you get? 4 minus 4 divided by 4. And 4 divided by 4 is 1. And 4 minus 1 is 3. So I got one answer there. I'm not saying it's the right answer. I just got an answer. Minus 4. Well, if I did that, what would I get? I would get minus 4 over minus 4. That's minus 4 plus 1, which is minus 3. All right, that's done. I'm going to do this one over here, which is more difficult. All right, and what do I got over there? Well, let me try it. It's 1 over root 2. And I got to write this down because it's a little more difficult. It's not like a nice simple number. This is going to be 1 over root 2 minus, well, let's see what you get there. It's 4 divided by 1 over root 2, which is 4 root 2s. What do you get here? Oh, boy, I got to do some arithmetic, don't I? And it's going to be root 2 over 2. Let me make sure that's right. Yeah, that's good. Minus 4 root 2. Well, that's not so bad. I can keep going with that. Calm down, it'd be 2. So this would be root 2 minus 8 root 2. That's minus 7 root 2 over 2. And again, you have an answer key. I realize we're not even looking at that. And, certainly I hope you're looking at the answer key at some point. But before I do that, I might be totally lost about what even the question is at this point. So minus 1 over root 2. And I got to do more arithmetic here. And I'll write this down for you. X equals, and again, we're still using this business over here. That'll be minus 1 over root 2. And then there would be plus 4 root 2. Well, I'm going to do this one a little different. I'm going to comment on my root 2. And what do you get over there? You get minus 1. And that would be plus 8, right? And what would that give me? 7 over root 2. A little different due to arithmetic. It can't hurt to do it that way. And I think most of your teachers in algebra say you should rationalize that by multiplying top and bottom by root 2. What do you get? 7 root 2 over 2. All right, so what happens to a lot of students now is they've spent so much time, doing algebra that they really forgot what the question was. But x is a small number and y is the large number. So some of these make sense. This makes sense. That 3 is a small number and 4 is a large number. This doesn't make sense. All right? Now, what other ones make sense? This one makes sense. Again, the small number is 3, and the large number is 4. That's one answer. And the second answer, let me write that down for you. The small number is going to be minus 7 root 2 over 2. And the large number is, I'm going to write it as root 2 over 2, by the way. All right, rationalize that, because I rationalized the other one. Done. We are done now. Now, again, when I say we're done, look at the answer key, see if that's what they said. And what did they say? Yeah, we have two answers. One of the answers is going to be, 3, 4, where 3 is a small number, 4 is a large number. And the other answer is minus 7 root 2 over 2 for the small number, and the large number being root 2 over 2. So we're done. Thank you so much for paying attention.